Well, hello there, ladies and gents. I'm Tammy Sapnewski. Thank you so much for popping by my channel. Okay, so as you may have gleaned from the sound effect today, we're going to be reviewing a sound card / audio mixer / audio interface by a company called Takstar. So a few years ago, when I was building up my YouTube office, I was like, oh, I need a microphone, so I need to get, an audio mixer, and I need all this stuff. And well, it was, 2018, around there. This is the audio interface that I got. This, I know you guys have seen this a gajillion times. This was it. It's huge, and it's, it was 2018 technology, and I was glad to have it. Then rolled around the year 2020, and I got this, the Maonocaster, and this absolutely blew me away because this replaced and this seemed like a big, huge difference. Like this to this, this seemed absolutely amazing. So you're all pretty smart. I'm sure you know where this is going. This is the sound card / audio mixer / audio interface from Takstar. Look how tiny this thing is. Look, it's smaller than the size of my hand. Granted, I have larger hands for a woman, but still, if I carried a purse, this thing would fit in it. Look. So I packed this thing up, I put it on Facebook Marketplace, I'm going to unload it tomorrow, and this is going to be the new thing for me. So there's a lot of things built into this little lady, so let's jump into it. Let me start off with a self-noise test. Practically nothing that I can hear. All of the audio you're listening to is going to be captured with the Takstar SC-M1, and I'm running that directly into my camera. And can you believe this little lady packs enough oomph to power the Rode PodMic, which needs 48 volts of phantom power? This does it. Oh, and by the way, it's rechargeable and will last you up to 10 hours, 8 hours if you are using that 48 volts of phantom power. Amazing. You don't need an electric outlet, just this, and you're good to go. It's got several different gain settings for the microphone. It's chock full of sound effects. And there's even other sound effects that you can download from their website. And you can use this in absolutely anything. iOS devices, Droid devices, desktop, laptop, or running it directly into camera like I'm doing right now. So let's jump into this, okay? So right off the bat, there's a denoiser, which is great if you have a lot of stuff going on in your background and you want the microphone to only capture your voice. You would just hit the denoiser button. And that denoiser button has an SQ on it, and that stands for squelch. So now I've hit the squelch button. This is the denoising mode. I don't think you heard anything in the background before. It's pretty quiet today in the house, surprisingly. It has an audio ducking button. So let's say you had music going. It's going to drop whatever sound effect or whatever music is going on so that your voice is going to be the prominent audio. Let's do a little demonstration. So as you can see, when I speak, it drops down the level of that applause effect. Oh, did I also mention that you can use this for karaoke? So when you're doing karaoke, you want to hit that mix button. This way you don't get the echo effect happening. That's also needed if you're doing a podcasting thing and you have somebody call in. You don't want them to hear themselves in the ear. And below those buttons, there's a set of 3 plus and minuses. That's going to control the volume of the microphone, headphones, and it also controls the volume of the output of whatever device you're recording this to. And right above that, we have all of the settings for auto-tune. And it adds a little bit of, let me just demonstrate. This is what auto-tune sounds like. And of course, we have the gimmicky sound effects, like, if you want to
switch up your voice to sound like a man. This is a man voice, and right next to that is the
woman's voice. But if you're a woman, it makes you sound more like a chipmunk.
And right next to that is called ring. So it's supposed to sound like someone's calling in from a phone, but in the headphones, it sounds like, not only that, it does sound like that, but it also sounds like a stage echo. So that kind of doesn't make sense. I wish it didn't have the echo. And the one right next to that is just a mic, like, someone singing in a lounge type of microphone. Next one is KTV. The next one is LR. The next one is MR, and the one after that is SR. And then right below that section, we have the applause, laugh, despise, kiss, And right below that, slap. Ooh, that sounds really good, right? Like that's how a slap is supposed to sound. Underneath that is crow. Awkward. But the buttons that are on the right, these are the programmable keys. So they do have different sound effects that you can get, capture from their website and input those into those red slots. Or of course you can keep the sound effects that they already have in there. Okay, and I'm back. Actually, not a wardrobe change. It's the next day. I got a disturbing phone call, and there you go. And I'm not exactly 100% sure exactly where I left off, so I'm just going to dive into the build quality of the SC-M1, and I have to say, it feels like it's really well made. Sometimes you pick something up, and it just feels like a little piece of plastic, and it's really like a toy. This definitely has a little bit of oomph to it. I would say it's about maybe a pound. And as I talked about before, there are 2 headphone jacks on the front. So one, I'm using the cable to run directly into the Canon M50, and the other one I am using for monitoring. It's 0 latency monitoring. On the back, you have the power button. You need to long press the power button to get it to turn on. And then right next to that is the 48 volts of phantom power. Next to that is the mini XLR port. As soon as I open the box, I'm like, oh no, I hope they gave the cable for this because I don't have a mini XLR cable, but indeed they do. They give you the cable for that. As a matter of fact, they give you all of the cables that you need. And right next to that is another microphone jack, but this one is a 3.5 jack. And the jack right next to that is where you can pipe in some music. So if you're using this for karaoke, that's what that jack is for. Or let's say you're a gamer or a podcaster and you want some underlying music. The jack right next to that is where you can live stream out to. Once again, you'd use the cable that they gave you, and whatever device you have to have that associated dongle. I have an iPhone, so I use the 3.5 to Lightning jack, and those are so inexpensive. I think you can get an Apple original on Amazon for like $10. Here's a fun little fact, something I didn't know because it's not in the literature. When your battery is getting low, all of the lights are going to start to flash and go crazy. I'm sitting here and all of a sudden it starts happening. And I'm like, don't tell me this thing is about to die while I'm doing the review. But I looked down and I could see it had 1 bar left on the battery. So I have it plugged in so you can use it while you're charging it up as well. The very last port on the end is where you're going to charge the SC-M1, or you can run it into whatever device you want to use this in. I have never seen a red charging cable or anything, so it's very unique and I appreciate that. So listen, here's the thing. You can get it right now on Amazon for $150 only. And I say only because think of it, the Maonocaster, you're going to pay about $200 for this on Amazon if you can find it and get it on Amazon. They don't always have it. Let's think about it. The Maonocaster Lite is $99, but you can only have microphones that have 3.5 jacks. You'd never be able to run the Rode PodMic in there because it needs 48 volts of phantom power, and the Maonocaster Lite just can't supply that. Only things that you can use to hook up to a 3.5 jack. Being that this has all of these extra things, the 48 volts of phantom power, you get all the cables that you need. This is my new favorite sound card / audio mixer, audio interface thingy. I knew she was going to do that. Hi. Hi. Oh, keep it up. I'm going to use the denoiser. Oh, she just did it. Did you hear that? The minute that you want them to do something, nope, can't do it, can't be bothered. The minute you want them to be quiet, they meow, meow, every single time. Takstar, you hit this one out of the park like you were Babe Ruth. This thing is absolutely awesome. I love it. Do I have any complaints about this? So here's the thing. I don't really have any complaints, but I do have a suggestion, and this is not just for Takstar. This is for any company that's making any type of device. Please only use USB-C to USB cables. So the charging cable that comes with this is a micro USB to USB-C. And it's not that it doesn't work. It's just that it's inconvenient because, okay, all right, which side is up or which side is down? You don't have to worry about that with USB-C. Boom, you just plug it in, you're done. So it's the end of the video. And this is where I share with you if I would spend my own money on it or not. And 100% I would absolutely pay $150 for this. I didn't know this thing existed. I don't know if I said this before or not, but Takstar did send this to me for free, but I don't have to say anything nice about it. They didn't write a script. I will leave a link down in the description. If you do buy from that link, it's an affiliate link, so it does help to support the channel, and I thank you. And that's always so awkward for me to say.
Well, that's going to do it here for me today. I thank you so much for joining. Oh, that was scary. It sounds like a demon. Tammy, I'm under your bed. I live here. Can you dust under here?